Hello, everyone. It's Adela here from Natural Healing Therapist, and I am very happy that you're all here today because I am going to share with all of you another technique that I practice in my clinic, and it's a revolutionary technique that is called havening techniques. So the great thing with these techniques that we practice here is that you can do them yourself as well. So for many years, I suffered from anxiety and panic attacks. And what I discovered is that in my personal journey is that when we have a tool or a couple of tools that can help us when we are feeling the anxiety, the stress, or whatever it is that is arising and coming up, at least we can feel more powerful and that we are in control. So this technique that I recently brought into my practice is called havening techniques. And it's a revolutionary technique because it's based on the neuroscience of how our brain encodes trauma. And what it does, it helps to decode the trauma and eliminate the emotions and the sensations that we have in the body that are attached to that trauma. So to help me today, I brought my dear friend, Eileen O'Mahony, and she's a very dear friend of mine, but she's also a frontline worker. So what better person that to be working with me today that Eileen. So hi Eileen, how are you?
Hi Adela, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being here today and
Oh, you're
helping
very
helping
welcome.
me to and helping me to help people at home and show that havening works very well as well online. So as I was saying the other day, sometimes we feel that we have no help, that there's nobody out there that we cannot reach, that we cannot reach out because we are at home, or because with the lockdown there's a pandemic, we cannot go to someone that can help. But help is out there. It can be done online very beautifully through Zoom or through Skype. So yeah, we're gonna show it to you now, and you'll see that it's a very lovely technique. You have tried, and
Yes, Adela. Yeah, I have. I've done a few sessions with you with Havening, and I find it wonderful. It's such a gentle therapy, but so effective.
yes,
And it, as you say, it can be done online. It can be done yourself, and it's just I find it so helpful.
yes,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And what it does, it looks so simple.
Yes.
And when you'll see it now when we do it, someone can say, well, how can that really help? But it's based on there's a huge amount of scientific research that is being done. And this technique was actually developed by a medical doctor, Dr. Donald Rudin, and he's a Harvard person, and he has worked actually all his life and all his research on trauma and how trauma affects our body and our mind. And there is sometimes that, something happened to us many years ago, maybe even when we were small, and we forgot about it. But the effect of that can be felt actually 20, 30, 40, even 50 years after that. And it can really actually, we can feel stuck in our life, and we are not able to move forward. And another thing that Havening actually is really good about it is that it can work content free, which means that you don't have to actually explain what happened, because sometimes it's just too much. So this is one of the beauties of this technique. And also that it can be either facilitated by a practitioner like myself on the client, or we can do it to ourselves, which is called self-havening. That is what we are going to do today. And this is why I say it's such a powerful tool, because we can do it ourselves. We can help ourselves. And that is priceless. So we are going to do this a brief demonstration, and I really invite everyone at home to do it with us. So I am going to explain first what is it that we are going to do, and then we start. So the first thing that we are going to do, I am going to ask you to think about something that is stressing you right now. It can be a memory that you had, or a thought that you have had for a long time, or it might be an uncomfortable emotion that you might be feeling right now. So what is it that, Eileen, that you would like to work with it today?
I find, Adela, in the last lockdown that it's almost like it has come a step closer,
Yeah.
that before it was maybe 3 or 4 people away, but now it could be a family member, or it could be somebody that I work with. That and it just has come that little bit closer. I work, as you say, I'm a frontline worker. My mother has dementia, my father has health problems, and I just feel that when I'm in work,
Yeah.
that I'm trying to protect myself, I'm trying to protect the people that I'm working with, I'm trying to protect the people that I deal with, so that I'm not bringing it home to my family and to my immediate family. So I do find that certainly I can feel like the stress in my neck and my shoulders, that going into work, you're unprepared for what might come towards you, and
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, the relief that you can leave, but you're never sure. You're never sure what you're going to face every day. So it's just trying to release that stress, trying to release that worry. So that's what I'm hoping for today with my behavioral technique.
Yeah. And as you said, once you finish work, it's a relief, but then the following day, it's all over again.
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
so it's a technique to help me through, because I know with it, it's such a it's simple, and it's a lovely technique that even during the day on my lunch break, I could go and I could do it,
Yeah, exactly.
and just and just release that stress and that tension.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that you touched on something that many people at home is feeling now, especially in this third lockdown. And if you think about it, it's a very traumatic situation that we are feeling now. One of the components of trauma is the feeling of inescapability, so that we cannot escape.
Yes.
And it's like we feel trapped, that we don't know, well, how long is this going to happen, and for how long are we going to be closed down, and for how long, it's like you can't escape. It's like and this is actually increasing the stress levels in people, that if it's not released, then we feel very vulnerable, and our brain becomes very vulnerable, because the more stressed we are, more adrenaline and cortisol and norepinephrine, it's everything, all these stress hormones are flooded in our brain. So it's more difficult for us to find solutions, to feel clarity, and to feel
Yes.
calm. Yeah.
Yes.
And what havening does, havening comes from haven, which is to find a safe port, so that we bring our body and our nervous system to a place where we actually feel safe. So what we can do now, so if you can tune in into this feeling of stress, anxiety that you're feeling, and I'm going to invite every one of you at home to do the same. Think about something that is stressing you right now. And what we are going to do, we are going to activate that feeling, that emotion, or that memory. Okay. So when we are doing that, what is happening actually inside our brain, there is in our limbic system, which is the emotional part of the brain, there's this small gland called the amygdala, which is the responsible for the fight and flight response. So when we tune in and into that emotion or that memory, right? We are activating the fight and flight response, okay? And there is these receptors inside the amygdala, it's called the AMPA receptors, that starting to go vium, 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 okay? And it starts to prepare the body for the fight and flight response. So before everybody starts, because I'm gonna ask you to be there for around 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds to activate it well, okay? We are gonna do that. And after, what we're going to do, we're gonna start to apply havening touch, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do it, okay? So if we put our hands here on our shoulders, okay? And then we start to stroke our arms down in circular mode, okay? But when we do that, we're gonna put the intention of healing. This is why it's called therapeutic touch. So we do it in a way as, imagine that we are stroking a 3-year-old. So we are putting this intention of healing and soothing in our arms while we are stroking our arms, okay? So it's like we are hugging ourselves, really, yeah? Right, so this is one, okay? And the next one that we are going to do, it's like we are washing our hands. So if you imagine that you have a small ball here on this part, on the palm of the hand, so we just do this way. Or if you want, there's another way that it's like this, that is also very soothing. So everyone at home, just find your sweet spot, which is the one that you like most, okay? So just doing that, just feel the soothing effect of your own touch and how yourself can help to feel better. And then the third one, okay, now to do this one, I'm gonna ask everybody to make sure that your hands are washed and clean and sanitized, because we are gonna be touching our face, okay? So when we do that, basically it's just caressing our face, okay? So touch is the first thing that we feel when we are babies. It's hardwired in our brain as babies. When we cry, our mom comes and soothes us with touch. So we have so many receptors in our skin. And what we are doing really, we are generating an electrical signal called delta wave in our brain. And these delta waves is when we are very, very calm and relaxed. And what they do, they generate serotonin, oxytocin, and GABA, which are the feel-good hormones. So we're flooding our brain with all these good, feeling good hormones. Yeah? Okay. So this is really the havening touch. This is what we are going to be doing. All right. Now, havening is a psychosensory technique, which means that we use therapeutic touch combined with gentle psychological distraction. So while we are doing the therapeutic touch, the havening touch, okay, I am going to guide you in a certain visualizations. So we are going to visualize being in a beach or in a forest, okay? So at home, if you have an issue with water or you're scared of water, instead of thinking yourself of being in a beach, think yourself of being somewhere that you feel safe, maybe in a meadow or up in the mountains, okay? Then we're gonna be using counting as well. So each thing that we're doing is actually activating a different part of our brain. And while we do that is basically when we are distracting the brain from the issue that we have. Okay, so we are decoding the trauma or the negative emotion that we have in our brain. All right, okay. So after this explanation, sorry, it was a bit long, but it's important to understand that it's based in science and in the neuroscience, so the science that study our brain and how it works. Yeah. Okay. So so if everybody, and Eileen, if you think about this, maybe in a situation or something that is happening at work that actually is making you feel stressed and or worried or anxious. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
You have it. Okay. So
Yeah.
I want you
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
close your eyes. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to connect and tune in, concentrate really into that sensation.
Yeah.
And go into the most distressful part of it.
Yeah.
And I want you to be there and see
Okay.
what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel.
Yes.
And from a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is calm and 10, the most distress that you can feel, which is the intensity that you're feeling right now?
I'm at an 8.
An 8. Okay, so it's
An
quite
8.
high. So at
Yes.
home, the same, just rate what intensity do you have. Excellent. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you open your eyes now, open your eyes completely, clear up your mind completely, breathe in, breathe out, put your feet flat on the floor. Okay, and we put our hands in our shoulder and we start the havening touch. Excellent. Now, you can either open your eyes, because we doing this with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. Although if we do it with the eyes closed, it's easier then to visualize and see the images that I'm going to be guiding you now. Okay, all right. So while you're stroking your arms, I want you to feel your hands stroking your arms in a very soothing way. And while you're doing that, you're feeling more and more relaxed. Just notice your arms and notice your hands stroking your arms. And while you're doing that, I want you to count from 30 to 0 backwards in twos. And we'll do it together. 30,
30. 28.
28, 26, 24,
24.
20,
22.
20,
20.
18,
15.
16,
16.
14,
14.
12,
12.
10,
10.
8,
8.
6,
6. 4. 2. 0.
0. Excellent. And while we are still with the eyes closed and we are stroking our arms in this soothing way, I want you to imagine that you are in the most beautiful beach that you have ever been or that you can imagine. And I want you to be there now.
Yes.
Look at the sky, this beautiful blue sky. And you can see the sea, calm and peaceful. And perhaps you can hear the noise of the waves coming to the shore, one after the other, a calm way. Maybe you can feel the breeze, the warm breeze on your face, bringing the salty taste of the sea into your lips. And you just feel so relaxed, so safe and peaceful. And we're going to be taking 20 steps in this beach. And every step you take, you're going to be feeling the warm sun cracking on the sole of your feet. Every step you take, you feel it, and you're going to be feeling more and more relaxed, peaceful, and calm. And starting counting now. 1,
2. 3, 4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Very good. And now we go into the face and we wash our face. And in there, just because we can, we're going to sing happy birthday. Now at home, if this song is bringing any issue or any negative emotion, just change it for another nursery rhyme or any other song that doesn't bring any negative emotions. Okay, ready? Happy birthday
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to
to you. Happy
happy birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear Whisper.
Happy
Birthday to
birthday to you. Excellent, very, very good. Brilliant. So, and now we go to the hands, like washing our hands, okay? And if you open your eyes, just follow the fingers of what to the left and to the right. So basically just only with your eyes, with your face very, very straight, just look from one side to the other of the room, from right to left and left to right, back and forth, back and forth. All this is helping, is generating still more delta waves, this electrical signal that is flooding your brain with all these feel good hormones. Very good. Just close your eyes, and while you're there, just keep doing like this. And very briefly, if you tune in into the emotion or the situation that you were working on, what is intensity now?
I reckon I'm down around a 2.
Very good. Okay, so at home, do the same and check very briefly. First number that will come into your mind is fine. Okay, all right. So we go back into the arms. Excellent. What I want you to do now, I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful forest.
Hmm.
And it's a lovely sunny day. And you can see the rays of the sun filtering through the branches and the leaves of the trees. And you're in a beautiful path. And around you, you can see a lot of beautiful, lovely flowers, and perhaps a butterfly going from one flower to the other. Maybe you can hear chirping of the birds up in the branches. You just feel so calm, so safe and peaceful. We're going to take another 20 steps in this forest. We're going to be leaving behind any remaining negative emotion or memories. And we're going to be feeling calm, peaceful, relaxed, and stress free. And starting now, count with me. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3, 4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
14, 15,
16,
16, 17,
17,
18,
19.
19, 20.
Excellent. Now we go back into the face, washing our face, soothing, feeling all the temperature of our hands. And just because we can, just because we want to have a little bit of fun, why don't we sing row, row, row your boat? Yeah? Row, row.
Row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a
And
dream.
again. Row.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Excellent. And then we go back into our hands and opening our eyes, we just look right and left and right and left, only with our eyes, our face very still, right and left, back and forth, back and forth. Excellent. Very, very good. And now just closing your eyes. Now I'm going to ask you to breathe in deeply into your tummy. Breathe out and breathe in again. And breathe out. And one more time. Breathe in. Now go like, ah.
Ah,
Very good. Okay, I'm going to ask you now to stop, everybody, and just put your hands on your laps again. Very good. And now maybe stretch a little bit. Yeah,
yes.
very good. Excellent. So how are you feeling?
I feel very relaxed, Adela. I have to say, I thought I was going to yawn in the middle of that. And I
Yeah.
know that yeah, you were saying that's good. But I feel that that tension now that was up in my shoulders. And even I had it, I could feel it in my legs. And I
Oh,
feel that's all kind of just drifted away. Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah. I can sit back.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I
good.
can sit back and I feel nice and relaxed. Yes.
Very
Good.
good, very
Yeah.
good. And if you go back to the thoughts that, or the memory that you had at the beginning that you were
Mm-hmm.
working on, what has changed? What do you? Is it the same intent? So the intensity you said is a bit less.
Yes.
So what is the intensity now? Just out of
The intensity is I think I could come down to a 2, so I'm kind of at a 1, or maybe yeah, about a 1. I'm not quite a 0, but I'm down at a 1.
all right.
um it's it's knowing that maybe what it has done is it has relaxed me to know that the stress isn't useful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, I spend so much time that I have spent so much time stressing about that. I can feel it in my body and it's tiring me out and it's not doing me any good. So being able to release it means that, and um, knowing that once I look after myself,
Yes.
I look after all the people around me then as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. And
Exactly.
it's allowing me, it's freeing up all those kind of negative thoughts to think more positively, look after myself, and I can look after the people that are around me then as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly, exactly. And this realization has come when we have managed to first take the stress out of the situation.
yeah,
The
yeah.
stress, we're not able to think clearly, and we cannot
Yes.
find solutions. Whereas, like
Yeah,
this, yeah, it's a very positive thing to understand that actually I have to look after myself, because
yeah,
otherwise I can't look after the others. If I'm not looking after myself, I cannot look after my children or my husband or my clients, or and
yeah,
the same for you. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's a
It takes I find that havening, it takes the panic out of what you're feeling. It
yeah.
allows you be more realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah, yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And it's a evening is really good for anxiety based disorders,
Mm.
like panic attacks. It's very effective with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder,
Yes.
and negative thoughts, negative emotions that they're linked to, to past experience. And we
Yeah.
all have suffered trauma. I mean, it's
Oh
a,
yes. Yes.
it's part of life, really. But
Yes.
you know,
Exactly.
but once
Yeah.
it's released, we are able to move forward.
Yeah.
So
And I think it's a lovely therapy because you're giving yourself a hug.
yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we and
yeah,
we are so deprived of a touch now, because we
yeah.
can't touch anybody, we cannot hug
Yeah.
people, we cannot kiss people, we cannot
Yeah.
even shake hands.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing modality that brings compassion, love,
Yeah.
and nurturing to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about it as well.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
really
Yeah. That's what I love about it too.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So Eileen, thank you so much, and
Thank you, Adela.
really thank you for the work that you're doing, to all the frontliners and to all of you that are out there helping us actually to, you know, to be safe and to feel safe. And it was really an honor to be working with you today. So thank you so much.
And likewise, Adela, thank you.
And to all of you at home, I hope that this has helped. Let us know on the comments how you have got on. And if you want more information, you can find it in my website, www.naturahealingtherapist.ie. I say bye-bye to everybody, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. All the best.